hopefully it won't crash out. Well, not so much as crashing out, but I think, just thinking, that maybe the fan on my AIO is a little bit out and it's just about to like fail, which is a little bit of a bugger. I can't hear any sounds. That means the beacon hasn't loaded properly. Interesting. Can I be heard on here? Huh. I believe it's that one. Oh no. Right, I've got to try and figure out my sound problems like real quick as well. Apparently, everything's buggered. Right, give me a second. Right, so we'll shut that down. Load up this. So that's on device. That's my setup. That's my microphone. Need to go to YouTube and set my sound. Interesting. Let me just go to chat screen quick. Okay, that can't hear me. Audience mix can't hear me.
I got shit to do today.
Okay, I can hear myself again. So that's all good. Can I hear myself on here? Yeah, I can hear myself. Right, okay, that means everything's all plugged back in. Awesome. Right, let's bring Drive Beyond Horizons back up then, shall we? This is the joys of streaming, YouTubing, and doing all the other stuff in life. You rely on technology that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Okay, I got my music back. Yay me. Switch back over. Game captures Drive Beyond Horizon. There we go. Spotify is playing this song. That's fantastic. That's all good. I understand. So I narrowed it down to it's my fans on my AIO, I'm pretty sure. So I just need to run the game again and see what happens. If it makes that horrible bouncing grinding noise again, chances are I need a new set of fans. And I had to find them on Amazon. They're like £23 each. So it's not bad. It's not hard. It could have been a damn sight worse. Whew. At the same time, I blew out all the dust. It was like a dust cloud. It looks a lot whiter in there now, though. Right. Hopefully, this all works good. Okay, we're back on. We're back in. Hold on, why has it spawned up another load of stuff here? It's loaded up a spare radiator. Interesting. James Cross, how you doing, buddy? Alright, well, for some reason, this game has spawned up a spare radiator for me. Excellent. Like, I don't need one, but if it's got spare water in it, we'll take it with us. I'm doing good. I'm genuinely having a little bit of a hissy fit, though. Because my PC decided to make what can only be described as the living gates of hell noises coming out of it for a minute. And I'm pretty sure I've narrowed it down to being the fans on the AIO. Worst comes worst is I need new fans. Alright, that's the worst that comes worst. Because everything else seems to work. Like, there's no problems with the GPU, there's no problems with other fans attached to the case. It's not coming from the actual cooler on top of the CPU, which is good. So I'm pretty sure it's just the bearings in the AIO, which isn't a massive issue. Fans are £23 each. If I can replace both, then it's all good. But as of like right now, it's not making that problem, and there's no noise. But if it does spark up again, then I know what I'm doing. So what I did is I just tightened up the screws for now, made sure that it's less bouncy, and we'll go from there. Okay, so it's lagging because we're loading in a big screen area. It's loading in multiple cars. That's fine. Anyways, hopefully everyone's all right. I'm doing okay. So much fun. To be honest, it's one of those games that you don't have to worry about too much. I mean, obviously staying alive does help, but you don't have to worry about like time. You just carry on and enjoy. Oh, that's what it was loading. Right, hopefully it's got our bits in it. It's loaded up something else as well because, well, it has. Right, I don't need wheels. I've got a whole spare set in the back of the car. We've literally just changed ours over. And there's nothing in there for me anyway. So as you can see, it's all good. Yeah, I've referenced it a few times because man, I've gone to places in this going like, so where does this go? And it's like, oh yeah, it's not for this car. So yeah, the wiki for this, if you want a checklist, yeah, definitely worth it. Did my wheel pop? That should not have happened. This was a brand new set of tyres. Wanker. Absolute toss pit. Right. That's mine. Okay, no, that's not mine. Bugger! These were new tyres. Like, literally, I put them on in the first part of this stream. That's definitely it. Right, all my tyres are brand new. Right, off we go again then. So far, so good. Bum, 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 bum. Actually, before we go any further, I have got to do one thing. So, the previous stream is still live, which was like 20 minutes long before, yeah. So let me just unpublish that one. Come on, you can load. Right. If I turn this off to private, save that for now. I'll remove it later. We'll be alright. Right, cool. So that's off, and that's all good. Ta-da. Right. Resume. How you doing, Steve? All good, man. That's the C18. That one was a pain in the ass to complete. Apparently, the van bussy thing is the worst because it's got like 88 parts. The worst one to drive, if I'm going to be brutally honest, is the van. Not the van, the Volkswagen Golf. Holy shit. I tried to drive that last week and it just wouldn't sit still on the road at all. It was horrible. It was the worst car in the world. I felt like Donald Trump's like using it because it was like, this is quite possibly the worst car in the world. I don't enjoy this at all. It was horrible. The worst experience ever. It was just the worst. Right, I'm here because I need food and drink. I'm not here for parts because there probably won't be any. Yeah, so we had a little play around with the golf in the previous stream to this, and I gotta be honest, I'm towing it. Like I'm gonna make the van. I'm gonna make the big truck. So I'm going to make a big truck and I'm going to tow the Golf because I don't really want to care about it. And even if I have to just tow it until I've completed it, so be it. But I don't want to drive it because even I was driving it as slow as I could and it just didn't want to work. So I just gave up. And that's why I turned onto this, because I was like, I don't want to drive the Golf at all. No way whatsoever. So I tried towing it with this and it just hasn't got the horsepower, but obviously with the truck it's built for pulling. So I'm going to use the truck. We're going to tow the Golf and I'm going to go from there. And we should be all right. But that's the plan. Yeah. So yeah, all we got to do is just find more parts for this. That's it really now. At the moment, my computer's not even making funny noises now, so I think tightening the screws, cleaning it out, has done it the world of good right now. I genuinely think maybe it was just because I hadn't cleaned it out for so long. There's too much dust in the radiator, so could have just been an overload. But it's running so silent right now. It's like my kids when I knock them out. They're so quiet. But no, just as an emergency, I found the fans I need just in case. But yeah, at the moment, it's loving it. It's loving life. If you want a good laugh and a drink, oh god, yeah, no, I tried. I've got drunk accidentally on this by drinking the wrong cans, and you can't drive for naffle. The game just be like, no, you're just gonna suffer. The whole world's gonna spack out around you, and you're gonna have fun doing it. It'll be all right. But yeah, I know this car's gonna take a little while, so. Kind of just wait until I get to a big stop where there might just, well, so fingers crossed, knock on wood, yeah, and all that. So yeah, I'm taking someone like a couple of streams ago. There was a guy in the stream. He just said, "I don't stop unless I find like my car in one of the stops." I'm like, actually, that makes a lot more sense. Radio tower. This gives me jalopy vibes. It's very similar, but it's a lot more closer to long drive. Jalopy though, I was gonna buy it the other day because it was only like £1 on offer because it was like 99% off. I almost did buy it. Are we up to another hotel? Please let there be a crappy C18 van here. Golf truck. I'm gonna guess that's a Trans Am. Carry on. I love the long drive game. This is basically the long drive. It's just a more like graphical experience, because the long drive in fairness was a bit sort of basic, which is understandable. It was made a few years ago now, but I mean, this is like his upgrade. I would prefer like a few more sort of ecosystems, like the long drive started doing, like with grasslands and this that, and the other, because it makes the game a bit more sort of more fun to watch. Whilst you're just driving through the desert, it kind of be like, oh look, there's another cactus. Oh, and another cactus. Oh, there's a tree there. And another cactus. There's lots of cactuses. You know? I mean, I can understand why people put, like, I can understand why people put zombies on. Like, because they prefer to just see something different than a cactus. Only if you turn the enemies on, and you can turn their spawn rates up as well. So you can make this game however unique you want. So yeah, I actually don't mind it too much. By the way, Joseph, thank you very much for following me 7 days ago. I haven't been around since, I got home yesterday, so. Have you tried the magic outhouse? Oh yeah, the duplication of items. It's a good idea until you need like left and right stuff. Just tires and stuff, that's okay. But when you need left light and you've only got the right one, you can't really duplicate, can you? Luke Fontaine, hello Hybrid, thank you. Found you from the Hydroneer VODs. I love them, watch them all. This is my first time tuning in live. Well, welcome to the live stream. It's very similar to my VODs, apart from I can talk crap and you can interact. How you doing? Hey Wolf, thank you very much for being a member for 33 months. Well, thank you very much for that time. Thank you very much for the time you've spent talking to me on this channel. And thank you very much for helping this channel along. How you doing? Use it most for paint. That's actually not a bad idea. Remind me to keep like a can of paint. Yeah, basically my streams are pretty much like my videos, but they're just not edited. And I'm here talking to you live. So if you have any questions or if you just want my opinion on something, you can have it straight away. You don't have to wait for a comment. And I had a comment the other day in one of my videos going, there's no way you've replied to like every comment. It's like, hi, I'm replying to you from this comment. I just got back off my holiday and I'm live streaming tonight. So yes, no, I do reply to as many comments as humanly possible. And that's pretty much all of them. Oh, it's a garage. It might have something I need. Maybe. What did I just run over? I ran over the teddy bear with the QR code. Yeah, you will get more tires from these places and a Pepsi. No, I don't know which foot thing. I wonder if this is a rug for this car. Maybe. Apparently this car doesn't use them. Fantastic. I've dodged a bullet. Oh man. A Dada and a GTR. Onwards to greatness. I got a full set in the back. No, keep going. We're lagging a little bit, so that means up there's a garage with 4 cars in it. Hopefully. Should be alright. My favourite thing to do is at the shops to have gas pumps. If I stop, they don't have parts. Oh yeah, you can blow up you can blow them up. I've seen other people do it. I haven't blown one up myself, but it does look fun. Right, food and drink. Just keep myself ticking. Oh yeah, no, the blast radius is ridiculous. Right. Boo. We needed that a long time ago. And look, it's the reason why it all buckles and bends. Yep. Did you know that is predominantly the reason why all this lags? These things that get like spawned up in each other. It's a real problem. Let's go, baby. Doo-doo-doo. So yeah, next week I'm going to be doing a little bit of YouTuber live sim. We're going to be doing a little bit of Pro Wrestler Sim, which is the one from Carrier Soft. I want to do a little bit of card dealing as well. So just like next week's just going to be a multitude of different types of streams. Videos, maybe, depending if I can be bothered, really. I've also noticed when the game starts lagging, swap back to first person, it seems to tell me. No, when the game starts lagging, I take it as a sign. There's either a double garage coming up or a fuel station with 4 cars. The rest of the time it doesn't lag. Or a motel, sorry. It's just the amount it's lagging. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I know what's coming. I know what's going to happen. It'll be fine. And there's not a single van there. It's really annoying. Do do. Do 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 do. There's a trailer. We'll get there eventually. Do you think we'll ever get into fast-paced games or continue playing these types of games? It's depending on the game itself, because I used to play a lot of fast-paced games. So my whole life, up until I started playing like PC sim games and things like this, I used to be a Call of Duty player. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I used to just... Because Call of Duty for me was, I come home from work and I play Call of Duty. I have like a weekend off, I play Call of Duty. Any time off, I played Call of Duty. So I've always played fast-paced games. I've always done things like that. The downside is that when you get older, reaction times do slow down a little bit. Then it comes down to more of a, can I still do it? So I still try to keep, I try to keep myself a little bit sharper by playing Rocket League. I'm not the greatest player, but reaction times do kind of stay, I'm generally not too bad. I'm like I'm a medium tier person. I'm never going to be like grand champ, but I'm sort of like medium diamond player, so I'm okay. The problem with fast-paced games is you have to play them every day, and if you don't play them every day, you get slower. And if you don't keep yourself sharp, you end up having more issues. So that's part of the problem. This channel's built around sim games. If I wanted to do something else like faster-paced games, then I've got to start a new channel and go from there, because it's not worth trying to mix the content, because the people who watch this channel predominantly just enjoy chilling out and you know, just having a rest with like, you know, the video that I'm playing, the game that I'm playing, or just watching it back as a VOD and just sort of enjoying a chill vibe. That's just how life is. So yeah, I wouldn't rule it out, but it does come down to what type of game. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to get back into playing Fortnite. Last time I played Fortnite, I was playing the Save the World section. I'm not a real big fan of the Battle Royale, but the Save the World part was kind of where I enjoyed the game. So yeah, it was just one of those things. I haven't even tried playing Rocket League because of the skill gap. There's no skill. So the difference there is, like, with Rocket League, you'll get put into lobbies with people who are very similar skilled to you. So if you started again at a brand new profile, a brand new everything, you're guaranteed to be playing with people in a bronze league. And bronze is like noob, you know. Give me a sec. What Rocket League tries to do is occasionally it will put you into a slightly higher lobby to see if you can adapt. It's best to do a little bit of training before, like do a couple of matches against some bots, learn the controls, mainly that sort of thing. But genuinely, I mean, the skill gap is, if you get better at the game, then you'll be against better opponents. That's just how it is. There's no, the skill gap, it just comes down to how good you're at the game. If you can't go up against certain higher levels, then the game keeps you back until you can adapt and get to that higher rank. So yeah, Rocket League, it's probably one of the better ways of like matchmaking out there. Excuse me. That's just my experience on it. The thing is what you'll see is that when it comes down to people playing Rocket League, you'll always see like the high-end people. You know, you'll get like when Lethamir was in his prime, you'll get you know, Sunder's Khan and a few other people who do like exposés on like high-ranked players and how the world is on Rocket League. But at the end of the day, it comes down to how you play. You know, if you want to get better, then you do the training and you do the, you know, the stuff just to get to that point. If you want to get better at the game, you push yourself to get better. Did you complete Save the World? Nope, never did. But less and less people played the game. So with Save the World, more and more people became addicted to playing the Battle Royale. And then that just meant less and less people were playing Save the World. And it got to a point that even when I was teaming up with my dad played it as well. It was getting harder for us to kind of battle basically a defense game when there wasn't many of us playing. Even with like all our upgraded abilities and all the stuff we put into it, it still became quite difficult. I think we got to like the third round of like levels, and we got to the highest rank on that, and that was kind of testing us, and that took like 40 minutes as well to finish. But that was a long time ago, you know. I think I could probably try and find the video from it somewhere. If I maybe I could use the way back in time machine or something to find an old video on YouTube. But yeah, it was a long time ago, that one. I think that's another motel. Yeah, we're lagging up. That's another motel. Lag much. Did you play before Battle Royale came out? Yeah, I was one of the I was one of the people who paid one of my original £13 something to play Fortnite early access I like, you know, when they do like an original backer campaign, I was one of those people because I liked the idea of the game. I liked the premise of it. I liked the idea of being able to build bases and do tower defense and like level up my guns and all that stuff. I loved the whole thing. It just sounded like a really cool game, and it was. And then they changed it into a battle royale, and I was like, well, this is crap. So I stopped playing it just because of the way they changed the game. I didn't like it anymore. It just wasn't the same game, you know, which sucked because I enjoyed it quite a lot. So that's how far I go back on Battle Royale. I was one of those founding members. Well, for Fortnite. So for all those people who like, oh yeah, well, you know, Fortnite wouldn't be blah blah blah. It's like I funded the game you're playing. That's how old school I am. We have OG status for sure. I predate most games. That's the sad part. Oh, that's not the right screen. I am an OG. I remember life before the internet. Let's put it that way. And that was a sad time. I don't think I put a horn in my car. I didn't. Hey, we now got a horn. I think my whole thing with Fortnite is I won't play the battle royale myself. Right? I give a massive kudos to Epic for doing what they've done and keeping it alive for as long as they have, because that's not easy to do. You know, keeping a game going for as long as it's been going. Yeah, I've got all three, mate. Keeping the game going for as long as it has been, and just kind of not showing an end. A little bit like Minecraft. It's hard to keep games going nowadays due to just how people are with attention spans. You know, so I kind of have to tip my hat to them on that one, because not many games do that anymore. They kind of just give up if the world's not going their way. They're like, whatever, okay, we won't care anymore, and they stop supporting the game. And that's one of the worst things they can do. So yeah, I'll give them that at least. What was the first game I ever played? Ooh, give me a second. Oh, it was probably like Brian the Snail, or the Snail Maze game on the Master System. That or Wonder Boy, one of the two, or Double Dragon, Spy versus Spy, Ghost House may have been one of the very first. I grew up on the Master System. My uncle had a Commodore 64, so we played on bits and pieces like that. And as life has gone on, I've played on pretty much everything else. But yeah, my first gaming experience would have probably been a Master System game, and it was either like what we call Brian the Snail. Me and my brother called it Brian the Snail, where it's literally a snail. I can show you. Let me just pull it up. Images. So let me just show you. This would have been like the first game I ever played. Not that one. Desktop. That one. So this Snail Maze. It would have been that or Wonder Boy. Yeah. The old Master System. That was an 8-bit console. And when you consider how big a bit is, that's what we grew up on. Kind of like Pac-Man. So it was just a maze. There was no dots, there was no ghost chasing you. You were literally a snail in a maze looking to get from one side to the other. And it was one of two built-in games into the Sega Master System. It was either the snail maze game or you had Super Hang-On. So my dad's Master System had the snail maze game. My nan's Master System had Super Hang-On. We had to buy Super Hang-On as one of our first games. And back then Master Systems ran on cartridges and cards. So you'd have something the same size as a credit card that would have a game on it. On an Apple IIe. Ooh, rich kid coming through. Look at Steve with his Apple. Now, I remember when Apple started going multicolored and they used like different colored plastic. Back in the day. Nowadays, you can go into a museum and see all the stuff we used to use because it's now deemed as retro. My first ever was a PC Junior and was called the Eager Trek. Oh wow, yeah. The Master System game I most remember is Elevator Action. I don't remember Elevator Action. Wow. How you doing, Claus? Okay, we might find some good stuff here because that's a car, and it's my car. Right. Nothing. Is your rig okay? Yeah, it hasn't made any funny noises since I literally just cleaned it out and retightened some screws. It hasn't made any funny noises since, but not counting it out. It sounds like the fans on the AIO, they could be a bit loose and wanky, but we'll figure it out in a bit. Square window. First game I ever played was Minecraft on the Xbox 360. Oh man, that wasn't that long ago. The Xbox 360, well, that's like a blip on our timeline. That was such a short time ago that it was like, oh yeah. Well, the fans, mate, I was looking at if I needed a replacement fan, they're like £23 each. So, yeah, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. They're not that bad. You know, it could be worse. It's like, it could be, you know, the GPU just collapsing out on me, never to be seen again sort of thing. But we're doing okay. Right, 47 to 64. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm alright. $360 was what, 4 years ago. Add a 2 to that. And no, it was 2007. So yeah, it was a long time ago. Get your pack of 6 fans for £33. It's gonna be like, no, well, they're basically a certain fan that fit the actual AIO, so it's okay. Well, it's the replacement fan for the AIO. It's okay. I think we're good. We've picked up everything I can from here. Need some food, but we haven't got any here. Yeah, they're 120s. But they're thicker. Like the actual fan itself is like, let's say like the average fan is like this thick. The fan for the AIO cooler is this thick because they've got their own running pins that run up through the AIO as well. So, they run up through the radiator. So it has to be the same fitting. So it's basically the replacement parts for those. No, it's definitely not the pump making the noise, because the pump, I think if the pump went, you'd hear it scream. Yeah. But this just sounds like the bearings wobbling. But like, since I've tied it up and cleaned it, nothing's happening. So it could just be dust build up, and it couldn't suck enough air through, so it was just pulling harder, which means causing more problems. Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, it's not causing any issues now. What can you do with the engine? Add turbos to it. Yeah, so mine's a Cooler Master. I think it's the M110. But yeah, as I said, it's not a major issue. It's literally just I tightened it up, cleaned it out, and it's not causing any problems since. Genuinely think it just comes down to I cleaned it. It's a good little cooler. It's just I think I've neglected cleaning it for a while. Just done upgrades for your PC. Ooh. I can't count on the number of things I've fixed by taking them apart, cleaning them, and putting. Yeah, exactly. The thing is that I didn't even have to take it all apart. I took all the panels off, stuck because I've got like quite a powerful like Hoovery doofer. I'll show you what I use for cleaning my PC. Right, I picked this up when it was on offer for 25 quid. Right, let me just pull up my big screen. Oh, me. Chat screen. How you doing? So I picked this up for £25. Right, it looks like a kettle, but it's called the X Power. Right, and it's absolutely brutal. So if you ever want a cleaner, it runs on a full 240 volt. It's an absolute beast, and it's really loud. And it does all right. It definitely helps cleaning out everything, especially when you got yeah, it's a nice piece of kit. Yeah, and for the price when I paid for it, it was amazing. So I generally did not have a problem with it at all. And it was one of those things that like I'm gonna need to clean my PC out at some point, and you know this little clean that I have got isn't doing the job. Let me just buy its big brother. It works. I think a game you would really enjoy playing is Forts on Steam. Never seen it before. We're gonna have to check this out. What's Forts? Forts. It's £5.99. Give me a sec. Right, we got a recommendation from somebody. We have to bring this up on here. Let me just pull this up. So we've been recommended this game as a streaming game. I'll sort my sound out another day. Interesting. Right, what's my video? Is browser to beacon, so that should have worked. Let me just press play on that again. Hey, there you go, desktop on there, running. Well, I mean, we could look into it. I mean, it's relatively cheap, so not a bad game, but we'll see. Turn off audio capture for now. Right, anyways, greetings. Only brief, but Doctor Who just had its season finale. Absolutely fantastic new regeneration, mate. I fucking hate the new Doctor Who. The new Doctor Who can go and well, actually, he probably does go and suck a lot of dick, but I just don't like it. And he's been fired. Shuyi Gatwa was fired. The series is like on hiatus for the next 10 years, and it's received the lowest views ever for any Doctor Who series ever created. Fantastic. It's all crap. I hate the new Doctor Who. It's the worst thing that I've ever watched in my life. And I've seen a lot of crap in my time. If I ever have to hear Doctor Who say the word babes again, oh babes, oh it's all about the hair, and cry practically every episode because of reasons. Oh, god damn it. No, it wasn't fantastic. The hell, it's horrible. It wasn't too, yeah, no, it was. Right, I'm just going to bring up, so this is how, I use a specific website to look at the views for Doctor Who, because if you're going to have to, if you want to search it up properly, Doctor Who viewing figures. We use Doctor Who TV. Doctor Who TV viewing figures, 2 million, 1.58 million, 1.86 million, 1.5 million. These are people tuning in the day it goes live, and this is the worst viewing figures ever. And it got worse. Like, I didn't even think it could get worse. Well, this is worse than the season before it. Season 14 was better, even though it was horrific. It was better than season 15. Oh, it's dead. And when you've got less and less people caring about it, because Robert T. Davis has basically turned Doctor Who into a woke fest, no one really cares about it anymore. The only people that watch it nowadays are, I don't know, I don't think any older person over the age of 25 watches Doctor Who and goes, yeah, this is really good. That is the Disney Plus viewing figures. So to put it into perspective, they pull those figures straight from Disney the day of when they were able to get hold of it. That includes the Disney figures. It's that bad. That's why they delayed the viewing figures. That's why they invented the +7 days, because they needed to try and squeeze more people out to watch it. So it's like, yeah, if you have to do that, then there's something wrong with your audience. Mainly because people don't care about it anymore, because of just, they don't care about Doctor Who being a gay black man. They just cared about like a story that could be told, and none of it made sense. None of it. No, season 2 bad. I've stopped watching it. I couldn't make it to the end of season 2. It was bad. It's Doctor Who season 2 with the new Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. And also in its first episode, when you have to make a gay snowman joke just to, you know, have a laugh, that's not very cool. Especially when you have to try and explain what a snowman is to a young kid. Have fun with that one. Oh, it's when so there was a police officer asking him where he was going, and he just got back from a club and he'd been snowmanned. Yeah, I haven't seen it since Matt Smith. Capaldi was really good. Capaldi was good. That was it. because with Capaldi, even though the scripting he was given was like truly terrible, Capaldi made it watchable because of his enthusiasm behind the character and the way that he presented the Doctor. But with like Jodie Foster and Ncuti Gatwa, it's just basically we're trying something that really doesn't work in modern day society, and we're trying to be funny about it. It just means that like Doctor Who kind of lost its edge. And when Russell T Davies has to try and defend Davos for not being disabled, because apparently in the office that they were, when they were doing their writing, that they couldn't show a disabled person being evil because that went against morals and ethics. And there were disabled people going, hold on, I used to dress up as cosplay as him so I could go to a Doctor Who convention. It gave them a reason to do something different. But no, that Russell T Davies had a problem with it because it wasn't good to show disabled people being evil. It wasn't. That was his life support machine. You're an idiot. But yeah, watch Capaldi's Doctor was really good. Matt Smith's Doctor was really good. Jodie Foster, Jodie Whittaker, it wasn't great, and they were trying to push, like, I feel like that's when they tried to push too many sort of like social agendas into Doctor Who. And with the fact that Disney took it on and then started pumping money into Doctor Who, that's kind of where it's gone wrong. Yeah. And it's backfired, and like I've showed you, backfiring is showing the viewing figures for the last sort of two. If you go back and watch all the go and watch it yourself and make your own decision. But the way that I saw it was because Disney got involved in how they've been trying to change the way cinema's been showing like different racial cultures and this, that, and the other. Disney kind of pushed it too far in trying to fund Doctor Who, and then pushing too many of their own agendas into Russell's already ridiculousness. And it was kind of, why are you doing this? Oh, okay. And loads of people just switched off. And that goes to show, Doctor Who used to averagely pull 5 to 6 million people an episode on the night of release. Yeah, Christmas specials would get 10 million views happily. But now they're struggled to getting like 3. I think the last time that Doctor Who got a good Christmas special was when they brought back David Tennant, and then they basically had to go at him for being a male presenting doctor because Jason turned into a woman. And then all of a sudden Donna was like able to take the powers of the Doctor and be like, no, I don't need to change anymore, I'm powerful. Oh no, sorry, we're powerful and you're a male presenting Doctor who doesn't know anything because you're just a man. That, oh yeah, there was a little bit of a shitstorm in the last Doctor Who's Christmas special with David Tennant. It kind of just felt like they were just crapping on him the whole episode, especially when they started putting pronouns into an alien. And David Tennant's Doctor sitting there going, oh yeah, actually that's the thing, do you present as a he or a she or whatever? And I'm like, oh god, no, it just got bad. When you start focusing on language and what people present as, you're going down that rabbit hole of being seen as woke. Now, if you just kept Doctor Who the way it was, which was a sci-fi drama / like dark comedy in some places, you would have been completely fine. And these are just my opinions. You don't have to, you can take these with a pinch of salt. But if you'd have just kept the Doctor for being a slightly psychopathic weirdo who in every regeneration presents a different way of being eccentric in his own way, you'd have been fine. But when you start pandering to a sociological construct like pronoun use and what type of sex or gender you are, you're going to start causing problems for your own TV shows and everything else that you're trying to put across. And that's what people are more sick and tired of. They're not sick and tired of people using their own pronouns. That's completely fine. They're sick and tired of pushing it that you have to use their version of the English language. That's all that is. And that's why people started backfiring against it all. Because they got sick and tired of reading about it or listening to it and being seen that you can't say this anymore because of this person and that person. we were able to do whatever we wanted 15, 20 years ago, but apparently the social construct of life changed. And all of a sudden we're like, you know, making way for the minorities of the world, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a bad thing when you start messing with an entire dictionary and the way that people use those words. Just saying. It's just the way I see things. But I mean, the thing is, I've been called fuck it, every name under the sun on Twitter. And I know Twitter's like a shitstorm anyway, but it's a fun shitstorm. It's one of those places you go if you just want to fight. It's like going to a fight club and be like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to cause pain today. I'm just going to have a go at this person and see what happens. But if you get involved in one of those arguments, you've got to have some damn good points about it, or you just get like owned, basically. Because nobody wants to talk to people if you've got a good point to put across. And if you've got proof of like certain issues, they don't like talking to you because you're able to actually prove things are happening. Like currently I've got a friend on Facebook who's constantly saying, oh look, it's a straight white man who's like this child rapist. It's not a drag queen. And all I have to do is find an example of a drag queen or a trans person that's done it before. And it's like, it doesn't matter who these people are. They're all sick weirdos. And if you're sticking up, if you're basically trying to shove an example of this type of person does this, but this person doesn't, I guarantee there's an example somewhere along the line that that person has done it as well. Like, you know, there's video footage. I mean, this is some stuff that you will see on Twitter occasionally. There was it was reported that the person was a trans person. They walked into a gas station in America with an axe and took swinging lunges at people. And that person was arrested for attempted murder. And it's, you know, that's not a straight white man doing it, but there's enough straight white men out there doing stupid fucking things. You can't just say this person does it so these person don't. They all do it. They're all flipping psychos. It just takes one thing to like turn the gauge up to 11, and all of a sudden you're going to have like, you know, court hearing appearances because you're stupid enough and idiotic enough to go and attack somebody. Doesn't matter how you present or see yourself. You could be that next psychopath that gets triggered because someone called you a miss or a ma'am or that or this. I mean, people could have a go at me for as much as they want. And people are going to hate me for my views and everything else. And if you hate me for it, then that's so weird. I'm not going to come after you with an axe though, am I? That's pushing it a little bit. I haven't got that many screws loose in my head. I'm still a technically working model. But yeah, it's... The world's all... when you start focusing things, the world gets into a more and more psychopathic place. And it's up to you to determine what you feel is right and wrong by a moral compass. Psychopaths, exactly. Psychopaths no race, no gender, no sex or otherwise. Exactly. It's basically a mental instability in your brain that's misfiring to say, no, this is all right, I can do this. That's the sort of person that should be locked up in a home. Unfortunately, America kind of got rid of all of its homes. And I can't remember the reason why. I think it's got something to do with like there was like one case of mistreatment in a psycho home, and then they kind of shut them all down. Yeah, they didn't vet them. So if you brought back mental institutes, you'd probably find that a lot of the people that you read about on Twitter and TikTok and, you know, any headline that involves somebody stabbing somebody, you'd probably find there's something wrong with them. But due to the way that America went, or even some other countries went, you'll never find out because they just get treated as, oh, they're just social inadequacies. And that's not how it should be. You need to properly keep the public safe from these people. Pandemic didn't help, I know that much. And I know we're still trying to recover from that socially, which is that was a major issue that I would say. So you like to keep up with American politics? The reason why I kind of read like the UK and American politics because it kind of affects me as a person. Obviously, UK politics affects me because I'm from the UK. American politics affects me because we got a lot of like trade sort of like stuff with America, and the way that I'm paid on YouTube is through America. So yeah, I kind of have to keep an eye on that. Because currently, because I'm in the UK, there's a special tax a relief agreement between America and the UK where I don't have to pay the 30% tax on my earnings from America as long as it's under a certain like threshold. If that changed, then my earnings change on YouTube, which is because it's dictated by an American policy. So I have to keep an eye on that as well. But I keep an eye on like American politics as well to see how it's being used, like had to see what kind of weaponry it's being used in the media as well. Because I read both sides of the legislations and I read both sides of the political spectrum. So I kind of it's kind of good to be aware of it all. Now, how I use it, I know people go, well, I use this, but I'm not sponsored by these people, but I read a website called Ground News. And Ground News basically report on left and right wing politics. They report on all the newspapers that are saying this, that and the other. So it's kind of, you get to see who's reporting on what, which is, it's kind of nice. You kind of see how both parties or both political sides spin the world. And there's a lot of discrepancies between reporting. Every type of weaponry is being used. Yeah, it is. And that's not just, you know, it's the echo chambers of left and right. Good news equals echo chamber repellent. Sort of. I mean, it can be, you can use the argument on bad news as well. But it is depending on, at the end of the day, it's what you want to read and depending on how you translate that into your own politically worldview, basically. Like Donald Trump, I would say is one of the people that if you're ever going to listen to him, take what he says with a pinch of salt, because sometimes his ramblings do go off a bit and you're like, okay, so now what you're talking about, Don? And then sometimes he's bang on. But you have to kind of figure out which one is good and which one is bad. And let's say that 85% of the time what he's trying to say is correct. The way he says it is retarded. So you kind of have to sit there going, okay, so you've just spent 20 minutes rambling on about something about oranges, but you tried to make this as a political point. Okay, let's break this down a second. You take that political point, read it and go, actually, that's a good idea. Why did you then start talking about dogs? You know, you kind of have to break him down because he rambles. And he does what every human being does. Well, yeah, but he does what every human being does. Every human being, including myself, we sit here and talk shit for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. And if you've got a brain like his, I mean, it's probably a little bit sieved because he is getting on a bit now, but he is going to ramble. But at least he's doing rambling coherently. I can understand all the words that are coming out of his mouth. They might not all make sense and they might all be in the wrong order, but I can understand them all. Joe Biden, I couldn't understand what he was talking about half the time. Yeah, I know, but when he was giving speeches and he would be like, my fellow American, and he would trail off into like a mumbling mess. You couldn't understand him, so he was genuinely not fit for the job. So I don't support, when it comes to America, I don't support Republican or Democrat. I just go, please don't blow up the world. So far, we're doing okay. We're not blowing up the world. It's fine. But you do take it all with a pinch of salt. And the problem with what I see in media is that the media basically take one tiny aspect of an entire speech and then blow it out of proportion. And they do that in the UK, they do it in the US, they do it all over the world. Yeah, Bernie Sanders, in fairness, he's been very cognitive stable for his entire career. Fair play to him for keeping himself sharp. I'd love to see what he does to keep himself more awake. I mean, admittedly, he has been going on about the same subjects for the last, like, 50, 60 years. So it's probably just in his head as a script nowadays. But he is very sort of like, if you talk to him, going by like the interviews, he's on point the whole time. The downside is when you get to a certain, this is why I think genuinely being like an old person as a president isn't a good idea. You should bring that age group down a little bit, because I feel that most people who become president are getting to a point where they're getting too old to even think properly. Unless you're Bill Clinton, who was in sort of like his midlife and then he was still being a bit of a prat. You know? But it's the joys of the country you live in. And it's depending on what you believe is right and wrong. And it's kind of why I don't like listening to mainstream media nowadays. Because they're always trying to fight for your attention to say this person good, that person bad, and they're not giving me any reason. They're just saying, well, you should believe us because. That's not a reason. So I don't like it personally, and that's kind of why I make my own mind up. And I know some people don't like that, but if you're more happy to sit on the sidelines for a little bit longer and read into certain things, you kind of make your own mind up about what you want to believe and what you think is true or false within reason. Obviously, I don't believe the earth is flat. That's just stupid. But I would look into other things and, you know, debunk them or enjoy reading about them and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, taking on the responsibilities of a massive country, though, do you think there should be a cut-off point of how old you should be and how young you should be to become a president? So you have to be over 35. Is there a cut-off age? Because if there's no cut-off age, there's part of the problem. So me personally, I feel that if you're going to run as a president of the United States, like, let's say, even if you're just if you're just a person who's just like, you know what, I want to do this, see what we go. I genuinely believe you should take on a cognitive test before doing that. You should be tested before you go in for even just to being a candidate. And I think the cutoff age should be 65, unless you've been tested before to say that your functions are completely fine. And it's the same in the UK. It's the same across the world. It should be the same thing. We shouldn't have morons running countries, or people who can't speak properly running countries. Or if you're going to deny that you've got health problems, you shouldn't be running a country. That sort of thing. I mean, Joe Biden apparently was suffering. He's been suffering from this. Yeah, but even then, well, he would have, because he would have been given the best treatment possible and like kept up on blood tests and stuff. So when you're older, you get tested for everything. Joe Biden would have been tested for this stuff, and he probably did know he's got it. It probably was just manageable. But even then, that should have been reported and not hidden. And this is part of the problem. You never find out these things until things are over, and you're like, oh, that explains this. And this is why, and I know this is going to say, I already kind of predicted what's going to happen in the UK, and I think people are in for a really rude awakening. And because I have friends on both sides of the spectrum, they're either Tory supporters or Labour supporters. At the moment, the Labour supporters are like, well, no, we didn't do anything wrong, don't worry, even though Labour have kind of screwed up a bit. And the Tory supporters are sitting there going, okay, yeah, the Tory party screwed up for the last 14 years. We'll hold our hands up and, you know, we're sorry. And then the Tory party don't say sorry at all. But I kind of sat there and kind of predicted what's about to happen. And because of the Tory party being untrustworthy and the Labour party being untrustworthy, the people of the UK are looking for a third party to vote through. And they're looking for somebody who's willing to, they're looking for somebody who kind of represents them in a person, And the worst part is that person's Nigel Farage. And I'm predicting that in the next couple of years, you're going to see the UK predominantly start voting for reform constantly, because no one trusts Labour, no one trusts the Tory party, Lib Dems don't have a chance, Green Party are quite limited. And the reason why I predict they're going to do better is because of their very small amount of policies they're willing to follow, kind of like Donald Trump. I know it's bad, but that's how I see the UK going in the next 3 years. Get ready for a tidal wave of poo, basically. In the US, any third party gets villainized by dominant two. Yeah. RFK said that when he was running as an independent person, he was being vilified then as, you know, oh, we can't trust him, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. He started winning votes all across the country, but because they only became a certain amount, it wasn't a big enough amount to pull people that direction. And that's kind of why he joined up with the Republicans, because the Democrats weren't listening to him anymore. And he's been a lifetime Democrat, and he was trying to run as an independent because he didn't believe the Democrats had the right idea for the people, and nor the Republicans at the time. And then yeah, he was vilified constantly. But we don't really have that problem in the UK. What you have in the UK is you're either a Tory supporter or a Labour supporter, or you support an independent party that has no hope in hell. That's pretty much it. You won't get vilified for your choice unless you support like UKIP.
Yeah.
Or BNP aren't a party anymore.
No, I know, but it's that same.
Yeah, I mean, if you voted for the BNP when they were trying to click around, you were basically a right wing, like, white supremacist. I mean, even the guy that ran the party was a fucking racist. And it was, you know, if you voted for them, then people would just look at you with a frown upon their face, like, are you some kind of idiot? Most of the people that voted for BNP were idiots. These were the people that believed that sort of, you know, the whole country should just be put back to like 1930 before Operation Windrush and all that stuff. That was kind of what they stood for. But nowadays you've got two types of people in this country that, I mean, you get. So the way that you're seeing the split in the UK, the people who are voting for reform mainly have got a problem with immigrants coming to this country in small boats without paperwork, who don't like, they're not here to assimilate into society. Now, the people who are supporting people like Labour, who are looking for an extra amount of people to come to the country, they think that what the Reform Party are against is things like Operation Windrush, or the Windrush, which was when people came from different parts of the world, came to the UK, assimilated to the UK, built their businesses, homes, families and everything, and became part of the United Kingdom. 99% of people don't have a problem with that. We don't have a problem with people coming to this country and going, I want to become a UK citizen, and because your country is what I believe we should all be as a country. Most people don't have a problem. But what you see is that if you've got a problem with modern day immigration, which is, you know, let's say, I can actually show you the figures of how many people come to this country in the last 7 days. I mean, the weather's been okay in the southeast, so we should have. Oh, no one's come to the country in the last 7 days. People are happy. And where I get my data from is the UK government website, gov.uk. Small boats. This is how many people came to this country this week alone. No one. When this number goes up, and there are statistics where we've seen like 1,000 people come to the country in one day, which is quite a lot of people. That's the people who I would say the far right have got a problem with. And the reason why I say this is because if you ever follow people like, I know it's a controversial one, but some people like Tommy Robinson, and when he set up the EDF, so he set up the EDF because he didn't like what was going on in the UK at the time with like his town of Luton's always been multicultural, but all of a sudden he saw a massive influx of the Muslim following coming into Luton and then basically overpopulating the area, and then seeing his sister being gang raped by a group of Pakistani rapists and all the other stuff that was going on, and that he set up the EDF because of that. Now if you listen to him, he hasn't got a problem with immigration as long as you come to the country legally, but what he has a problem with is gang rapists. And most of his investigations that he's done have been into gang raping, and it's like, it's pretty bad. And that was a lot of the reason why he was vilified. And the reason why he was vilified is because he was basically saying that all the people who were doing this were of this one specific faith following, which was true, but people didn't like the fact that he was exposing what was being shown. And then all of a sudden he's being banged up in prison for this, that and the other. And it's like, okay, so freedom of speech goes out the window if it goes against the narrative that you follow, which is, you know, just the joys of life. And that's the reason why he was vilified, but he was shining a light on something that he didn't like the look of, which was what affected his sister in the first place. And that was kind of like, okay, well, I carried on reading into it, but I never followed him. But the reason why he set up the party is because there were two types of racists. There was like the proper white extremists that he was being threatened by, actually being threatened by, or he was being vilified by the media because of what he was exposing. But then he was an idiot. If you listen to his interviews nowadays, he does say, look, I was a bit of an idiot when I was younger. I used to get into fights because of this, that and the other. And I think prison kind of sorted him out a bit, because he doesn't do all that. He doesn't follow that. He even disbanded the EDF. And anybody that follows a pure right-wing policy side now, he's kind of like, he doesn't associate with them. Do I have spare tyres? Yes. I've got a few. We need 2 more, so we'll take the 2 off of here. But I've watched a few of his interviews and like how he talks and how he presents himself, and he doesn't say anything really wrong anymore. I think that's just because he's got older. But you know, you listen to whatever. There's no bloody doors on that thing though. Let's go. There we go. So we got 4 fresh tires just in case it dies out. It's a dada. No. I figured that the wheels on this don't last as long as other cars. I think it's because they're thinner. Oh, there's a breeze. I will finish this car at some point. I don't even know what I'm missing really anymore. Well, okay, I'm missing a door. That means I'm missing a door card. I'm missing a door on the other side. Well, no, I'm missing a door card. I think I'm missing a mirror. Have I ever gone to see if there's anything away from the road? So the things that are away from the road are a radio tower, a water tower, and like what I call a bonfire. So it's got a bonfire, but it's kind of like a metal fence. But apart from that, no, there's nothing really out in the desert. It's a bit of a shame, but this game's early access. And at the moment, I think he's just focused on making a game that works. Or they. I don't know if it's just one person or a few. Door window? Oh no, you can put the window up and down. That's why mine's down. Missing that window though. And I'm missing the back window out of that door. And a bumper. But I think we're over halfway now of parts, so we're doing okay. I've got enough trampolines to jump on the roofs now, so we should be alright. We should be okay right now. But one thing I do want to do is, like, if I ever get to a point where I've finished all the cars, I want to just drive out in the middle of nowhere and see what happens. Yeah, so I when I changed cars, I forgot to take my trampolines with me, so I had to build up a new collection. But the idea is that one trampoline goes a little bit higher, but if you stack them, you get like all the force of the trampolines, and you're able to jump on the roofs of all the buildings, because the ladders don't work in this game. Even though the long drive had ladders and they all worked. So I'm not sure why we couldn't have, like, I wouldn't mind it if, like, the ladder was an item we picked up and we had to attach to our car, like a retractable ladder. That would be pretty cool. Get up on top of a house, come down the house, click the ladder, put it back on my car, we're all good. It should be a feature. I'm not sure what that stop was. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the stream, maybe hit the like, subscribe, notification button below, where my streams are. I just talk about everything and anything. So if you've got a subject you want to talk about, or you just want to talk about random bullshit, go for it. I'm of the opinion if you can't climb a ladder, then it shouldn't be put in the game. Yeah, well, if you put the ladder in the game, we'll be able to climb it. You already hit the like button? Ta very much. But yeah, it's kind of what I like streaming, because I'm able to just kind of free ball everything. I don't have to script my streams, and I kind of don't like scripting things. Actually, I've never scripted anything. All my videos are non-script worthy. Well, they're non-script. It's the Ute. And as we're going into June, I think I might start streaming on Kick. It's something that I've been sort of thinking about doing for a while, and as Twitch is having several issues, Kick seems to be something I might start up. I mean, I've got to be honest, I should have started Kick ages ago. I should have stopped listening to people when they were like, well, you shouldn't do that because it's morally wrong. But it's a streaming service, it should be okay. I got to look into Meld as a new thing of like streaming out from, because they're starting to make their streaming thing a little bit more advanced now, which is quite cool. So I might start looking into that as well, because it uses up less CPU, which is always a good thing. Let's just check this car out first. Nothing. Well, I mean, the problem with, I can kind of see the, I kind of saw the problem with using Kick. So Kick is a tad problematic due to, obviously the people who own Kick, which is stake.com, which is predominantly a gambling website. And what people had a problem with, and kind of what I have a major issue with at the same time, is getting people addicted to gambling and using your platform to kind of push that gambling agenda on people. Kind of made me go, yeah, I can kind of see why people are a bit ropey about this. But over my time of seeing the actual platform going, I'm like, you know, it's not as bad as what a lot of people made it out to be. It's still going to be a bit niggly in the old back of the bombs, though, isn't it? But as Twitch is becoming more and more, especially over the whole Hassan Piker thing, Twitch is becoming a bit more known for being like sort of politically pushed now, especially because of what he says compared to other people getting banned and he isn't getting banned, even though he's had actual like terrorist supporters on his stream. Kind of a weird one, I know, but it's a topic that was worth looking into when it was being broadcast. I was like, well, that's not right. And one of the people he had on, I think, was an actual Houthi supporter. I was like, wow. But then I think it was on a Fox News article brought up the fact that Hassan Piker's been pushing this certain narrative, and it's like, oh dear. So Twitch may be in a little bit of trouble. We may have to try and find somewhere else to stream. So yeah, I'm kind of debating where I should go. Like YouTube, I like YouTube. YouTube's good. Yeah, Kick might be my new home. Well, and I don't think anyone's gonna buy it off Amazon. That's the problem. So I know Amazon own it, but if Amazon start like really pulling it in, then they need to bring it. They need to get. I think Asmongold made the best point. I think what needs to happen is that everybody at Twitch needs to get fired, and a group of people who see both sides of political spectrums, who can set out a exact set of rules for everyone to follow, needs to be pulled in, because it seems to be certain people get banned off for doing very little, whilst other people don't get banned for saying what they do, and then it causes rifts on the platform itself. And when he said that, I was like, actually, yeah, no, that's what should happen. Because I feel that what happened with Twitch is that when Dan Clancy took over, he was like, yo, I'm the CEO, everybody, it's all good, we're gonna do all this for Twitch, it's gonna be fine. Twitch has never made money, and that's part of the problem with Twitch. That's why I feel Amazon kind of scratch at the door every day, just like, ooh, when are we gonna get rid of this? Well, I mean, we should keep it, but when do we really kind of start pushing our own people into running that platform that we keep putting money into, and it never bringing any money back? Because the only time Twitch was profitable, I think you had 1 year where it went into the black, and that was during COVID, when we were all sitting at home going, I don't know what to do, and everyone started watching Twitch because we didn't have any other choice. It was like, we'll watch people stream games. That sounds fun. But yeah, I don't know, Twitch is on it's on a kind of bit of a knife edge right now, and it can go one way or the other, and either way is not going to be good for it. I think it's getting harder to stay on that line. It's just, as I said, all the views I put across are my own sort of like the way that I see the world. So take what I say with a pinch of salt. Make your own opinions. I hate saying this, but do your own research. Just don't watch flat earthers. You'll be fine if you avoid those. And mud flood people. Oh, they're awful. If you want to watch someone take the piss out of them all, go check out my mate Creaky Blinder. He loves those people because his channel is basically a satiric page of taking the piss out of them. And it's awesome. Have you never heard of the mud flood theory? Oh, mud flood theory is about it's worth going down the rabbit hole just for laughs. Basically, these people believe that a mud flood wiped out all the people before us because the world was becoming too advanced, and a mud flood wiped them all out and changed the course of history. But there was one guy who said this only happened probably 200 years ago. It's like, what? What? But yeah, kind of, I was like, hold on, we've got history going back thousands of years. I mean, thousands of years of documented history, but apparently mud floods happened 200 years ago and no one knew about it. Oh, when I heard that, I just laughed. Best story ever. And then there's a guy called Roger, and he's a mud flood person, but he believes that like giants used to roam the world, and he would have you believe that certain parts of like countries were actually fossilized like beings before humans. Well, he would say that there's like giant like mountains that look like the base of a tree, and he'll say, well, that actually is a base of a tree. You haven't heard about mud floods? Oh, go watch them. They're funny as fuck. Yeah. What do we have in here? We have 3 trailers. Ever seen 3 trailers in one stop before? Nope. Yeah, the mud flood people are funny as hell. I dabble in conspiracy theories for laughs. Like, when it comes to flat earthers, I know pretty much all of their talking points because I watch enough people debunk flat earthers. Some of my favourite people are Simon Dan and McToon. McToon, I find McToon's brilliant because he's so dry humoured when it comes to debating a flat earther that he'll just spin them around and they kind of debunk themselves. And I find that fun to believe. But... yeah, flat earthers, mud flooders, I just enjoy watching their content and just going, I'm kind of glad I watch this because it makes me feel intelligent and I'm not the smartest person in the world. My favorite flat earth theory, and I'm glad, is we're all under a dome and there's an ice wall. I'm like, okay, cool, there's an ice wall and a dome. So has anybody ever got to the ice wall? No, because the black helicopters will come and find you. Like, really? Okay, cool. Even if you go to Antarctica, the black helicopters don't come. They've had people go, no, that's not real. And then this guy called he set up a YouTube channel called The Final Experiment, and he invited 10 flat earthers and 10 globers to go to Antarctica on a chartered flight to stay in Antarctica for a few nights and do live streams and bits and pieces and prove that the sun doesn't go down at a certain point in time. And they went there and did it, and as soon as it happened, all the flat earthers like, well, this footage is fake, it's crap, this shouldn't happen. It's like, no, it shouldn't happen in your funny little world, but it does happen, and this is the real world. And it was kind of fun watching all of their brains melt at the same time, and then they're trying to make their own theories up of why things weren't working properly. And the funniest one was Eric Dubay, because Eric Dubay is basically longtime grifter of the Flat Earth Society. And when that happened, he was invited there and he was like, oh no, I can't go to Antarctica, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, because you need to continue your grift. Flat Earth Dave was like sent out there. Oh no, I can't go because, you know, we got this. And this guy, he sells an app to people and be like, you know, you need to go and check out the Flat Earth. No, you're not. I can't do that because of this. Yeah, it's because you're a grifter, mate. But yeah, I watching the Flat Earth kind of implode over that was hilarious. It was one of the greatest moments of, like, I would say human history, watching a whole group of people just go derp, half their brain kind of lopsiding. But yeah, I'll find. Give me a second. I'll chuck a link in. Let me just pull up his channel. So he's not the guy that, one of my friends is this dude, Creaky Blinder. Yeah, but even then, people still believe the Earth is flat, even if you invented a boat. But yeah, I knew nothing of mud flooders until Creaky's video came out a few years ago of a guy called Roger, and it was an eye-opening experience. Let's put it that way. Right, so we've got to a point of having like not enough. Oh, wow, no. We need water. That's engine oil. We can use that. Right, water. And the other people to laugh at is young Earth creationists. I've got a spare rad. I was just looking for a pint of water. No, they're not. So mud flooders and flat earthers are two different groups of people, both as special as each other. Basically, they're both morons. And yeah, flat Earth creationists. The prominent figure in that movement is Kent Hovind, and he's a giant bellend. Funny as hell, though. You want to see a debate? That would be amazing. A debate between a flat earther and a mud flooder. Oh yeah, that would be really good. Let's get it going. Right. We're good, and we shouldn't overheat. Yeah, young Earth creationists believe that we as a civilization, we're only 2,000 years old. The whole Earth is only 6,000 years old. You know, that wouldn't surprise me, Wolf. Bill Hick had some of the greatest takes on young Earth creation. It's basically, if you had a bag of rocks and you could just call them dumb, you would just put all these people into one bag. Just, they're just the greatest, non-greatest people in the world. And that, I did mean to say that, by the way. The greatest, non-greatest. Oh! Oh! I think we found a door with a door card. Yeah, boy, and a... Hey, there's a mirrors on as well. We got 54 of 64 parts. Well, that just boosted me up a massive amount. Fantastic. Ooh, oh, actually, hello. I think we're done. I think we've got a set of doors. Booyah! One set of doors, 56 to 64. Right, windows. Huh. I believe this is a door card for a back door. Maybe. Where do you have them? Okay. Oh, it's looking good now. It's looking good. I think we'll be okay. Shame we haven't got a window from this side. Hurry up. Well, I'll give up. One attempt, I'm done. Need a mirror. So I'm missing what? A few parts now? That was a good productive stop. We got doors. We need a bumper, a mirror. Give me a second. I think I need the door card. Oh, yeah. I think I need the door card to make the window go up. Or we just get a new door with a window. That's a truck. Oh, it's another motel. All lights. I've got back ones. I've definitely got front ones, but I haven't got a bumper. Nothing there for me. We're nearly at 1,000 kilometers as well. Here we go, here we go, here we go. It's a big hill. Probably need something to go on the sides as well, and I'm just missing them. I feel like it needs a side skirt. I might have to put up the wiki in a bit and go through all the parts I've got. Do 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 do. Run along in my automobile. I turn zombies off on this, so I don't have to deal with them. Mainly the reason for it is because I don't really want to keep killing zombies and blasting like parts of cars into the stratosphere, because I just use a rocket launcher on them all. But then the problem with using a rocket launcher is that all the parts of cars go everywhere, and it kind of annoyed me. So yeah, I just turn them off. Right, I'll stop off at the boozer. Let's have a mooch about. Definitely can get a drink here. Tell you what, a GTR would have been so much easier to do. Right, Pepsi, drink this. And then tin of soup. Right. I don't think there's anything in for me. Nope. Oh, right. Off we toddle again then. I think we need to get to 1,000 kilometers and have a think about what we're doing. Yeah. It's easier to see the fire stops at night, but there's none out there. Bit of a shame. Because depending on the car they have out there, is depending on how productive it is. I mean, if you find one of these at a fire stop, which is the one out in the middle of nowhere, then you're in for a good stop. Another boozer on the way. Yep. Just wondering when my wheels are going to go out next. Right, campsite. No. Anything else? Oh, a breeze. I gotta be honest, I've said this to a couple of people now, and I think I mentioned this like yesterday in yesterday's stream, that coming back to here and how warm it's been since we got back, I'm like, kind of miss the north. I miss being in a cooler climate. You know, only 6 hours up the country, and the difference in temperature was like, you know, 8-9 degrees. And I prefer it when it's colder because I'm always hot. And it's like, if I could just find enough money to move house and be like, I want to live up north because it's colder, I'll be happy. It's a van. It's getting, yeah. I think I was down. Yeah, I was down the shop earlier, and this lady she comes into the shop. She goes, "Oh, you know, it's weirdly warm out there." And I was like, "Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we live in the southeast." I said, "I kind of wish I was back up north." And she went, "Why?" Because it was like, you know, it was a lot cooler. We just found a complete door, mirror, window, door card, everything. That's amazing. I mean, nothing else, just that. No. In fairness, I haven't really found many of them. No, they don't detach. Yeah, so the UK's, so this is how weird the UK is, right? is that even if it's not very cold and it's kind of just warm, it always feels like hotter than it actually is. And it's because, yeah, I've got the aerial for this. It's because of humidity. The UK is a twat, basically. We are a tiny little island surrounded by a shed ton of water, and every time it gets mildly warm, humidity is the real killer that sort of a lot of people complain about. We sweat a lot, and it's really uncomfortable. But when we're up north for a couple of days, even if it was windy and horrible, it was still kind of warm, but it was more refreshing. And waking up in the morning going, I can breathe, actually was nicer. And I spoke to my mum about this today because I had to phone her today. And I was like, if I ever pulled up, 250 grand gets me a 4-bedroom house in Blackpool. And that's £250,000. That's not a lot of money in comparison to where I live now. The average house price of where I live for a 3-bedroom house is 450 grand. That's for a 3-bedroom house. So for 250 grand, I can get a 4-bedroom house. Kids get their own rooms. We get a spare room that Kerry could overtake as her crafting room. I'd be able to put up a streaming an area somewhere, and I'd have all this stuff that we could do and still live the same way, but on a cheaper, lighter way of life. Because ultimately, everything is a little bit cheaper up there. Because obviously, people don't get paid as much up that way because of the government difference between the south and north. Yeah, I've got more than a puncher. One of my wheels is completely gone. So I kind of just want to pull over at a stop, and that green building up there is my next stop. So I can make it. But yeah, it kind of made, there was a lot of being up there. It kind of made me realise that it doesn't matter where I live anymore. That I could do what I do now from anywhere. And yeah, admittedly, I don't want to take the kids out of school. I don't want to uproot them and move them because they've got friends and everything else. But maybe it's a plan for the future. A fresh start for all of us. Yeah, it could be. But the problem is I don't have 250 grand. And yeah, I'd have to win the lottery. Or someone nice drops into my stream and goes, "Here, I am a Nigerian prince and I'm looking to offload some money." Well, that's the problem. The situation we find ourselves in, Jason, is I'm a full-time carer. We're on benefits. We live on a council estate. We are when people have a go at the poor people in the UK, we're the poor people that the people have a go at. Yeah, that's us. Yeah. And saving up 250 grand is a lot of money. Oh, so there are random landmines in this game. Yeah. So in the UK, if you're a full-time carer, you get assistance, but it's it's £80 a week. That's it. So when people go, "Hey, you're a streamer, you're rich," that's why I just laugh at people. I as a full-time carer, I earn £80 a week. Yeah. And it's it doesn't last very long. And I can't, if I was able to get 250 grand together, I probably would move now, because it's just a lot. It's cheaper up there. I don't mind the cold. Cold makes you more easier to deal with in temperatures and stuff, If you can acclimatise yourself to a colder temperature, you just don't moan about it. The only time I moan about the weather in the UK is when it's too bloody hot. So if I was able to eliminate one falling factor, then I'd never moan again. I'd have a lot more time to moan about something else. I'm trying to find a WAFH position. I wanted looking. Well, I started looking right where, right when the bottom fell out of the tech industry. Oh, that sucks. Your brother lives 50 miles from Blackpool, mate. It's colder up there. It's nicer. I actually found the people better as well. Even if I didn't actually like, I mean, we didn't really talk to many people because obviously, you know, we were just there just to look around. So we even just listening to people, it sounded friendlier. You know, you can hear conversations down there. It sounds like everyone's having a go at each other. But even up there, if they're just talking normally, it just sounds like a nicer place. Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone in the southeast does exactly the same thing. We all keep ourselves to ourselves because we don't like anybody else. I mean, we're pretty antisocial. I mean, I keep myself to myself because COVID made me realise I don't like massive groups of people, and I'm okay with that. But it's if you don't like people, you know, and keep yourself to yourself and all. But I kind of feel that even if you enjoy saying hello to people, you'll probably get an easier response up there. I don't know, maybe just the way I read it, but it just feels to me like an easier way of life up there. Or Devon. Devon's the same. It's like it's a retirement village. Right. We might do all right in here. Is that the bumper for this thing? No. What the... Oh, that's the truck, isn't it? Golf, yeah. I don't time I speak to people when I have to and when I'm finishing plus some. Yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, in order to have a conversation online, you don't need to have an exact place to live.
It's like being in the same sort of time.
But yeah, just being away kind of made me realise it doesn't matter anymore. I can go to a gym in any part of the country. I can lift weights wherever I want. Is it easier to live up there? For someone like me, yeah. Even if we went like south, like, and you know, southwest, it would be easier to live. And that's where my parents are going. My parents, like, they're selling up, and they're like, well, we're moving off down this way, and they're going southwest. And I've looked at where they're moving to. It's just like, it's the same place. It's basically quite a real life. I'm like, yeah, I can completely understand why you're doing it. What the smeg is that? No way! Ew, that's disgusting. I didn't even see that because I got a dirty truck. Oh, side indicators are proper bell ends. No, I just enjoy driving a junk truck. We out of bristles. Nearly. Right, I think that one's completely run out now. Let's get another brush. Needle in a haystack. Yeah, definitely. I watched 6 episodes of Clarkson's Farm today because it's the new series. Well, I was happy. More balls up for the king of balls ups. Right, windows. Totally rusted bonnet with a clear coat was dark. It still is. They call it rat rodding now, or patina, which is like the style that you're looking for. So yeah, if you leave your car rusty but then put a clear coat over it, it's called a patina look, and it's quite popular in like the rat rodding community. I like it personally. Gas Monkey Garage have done a few builds on like that sort of style, and I'm like, actually, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. No problem. Right. Yeah, I keep running out of brushes because I haven't done this like ever. Right. I think we'll be okay. I just need a drink, thankfully. Oh no, it's a beer. There might be a can of Pepsi around here somewhere. There's always one. There it is. Okay, it's Coke. Should be right. Right. And we haven't got a lot of paints, so I think what I might do is I might take this one. Next time we see a porta toilet, we duplicate it. I can't remember, do I just have to put stuff in a portaloo and then it comes out the other end and it's like duplicated? Or do I have to put it in there and then turn the game off and turn it back on? I can't remember how to duplicate things. No! What? Yes to what one? Just drop it in. Oh, yeah, that's one. Right. I thought you had to turn off the game for a second. I was like, where does that come from? Yeah. I think paint is the only thing it's really good for. And tyres, if you can get them in there. So I need one more side indicator. What an absolute bastard to find. Because that is tiny. Thankfully, obviously night vision goggles do help, but man, that's annoying. And I got to find a side window and a rear bumper, I think. I don't think there is a rear bumper for this car, is there? Cheap the tiny indicator? Why? I mean, there's a left one and a right one. So if I drop it in there, I'm just gonna have two left ones or two right ones, right? There's no point in dropping it in there if it's the wrong one. It's the wrong side. This is the problem I find. So everyone's like, oh, you could duplicate this. It's like, yeah, you could, if there wasn't a definition between left and right. Maybe the indicator's a little bit different because it is just a little light, but it's the same. We gotta find some diesel next. We're nearly at 1,000 kilometers. I don't know, I don't know if it is a rear bumper. I mean, it may look like one. I don't know, it's really weird. It just doesn't look like it's got a bumper on it. I know I'm missing a window. Let's just pull over a second. We got 60 or 64 parts. So I'm missing a few things. One of them being an indicator. One being a window. Right, diesel. Door cards. I'm pretty sure it's all on there now. I'll when we get to the next one, I'll do it all. Oh, we'll go through the whole lot. I'll pick up a. I'll go on the wiki. It's a motel. There's food and drink. Let me just get myself food and drink first, and then we'll look at the wiki and we'll see what we're missing. Daylight helps. Right. Food and drink. Okie dokie. Let's pull up the old C18 Drive Beyond Horizons. The wiki. Right. Okay. So obviously I have engine, radiator and battery. Yes. I'll accept. Okay, so I have windshield, left and right mirrors, side window ×2, rear window ×2. So we have mirrors. We have one pane of glass there, but I know I'm missing this one here. So I am missing one window. All right. Rear windows, we have both rear windows. We're all good. I have grille and front bumper. Yes. We have right and left doors. Yes. And we have a hood. Yes. Rear bumper. Apparently I do have a rear bumper. We're okay. License plate. Front license plate. Rear license plate. I have license plate there. I have license plate there. And I have an aerial there. Okay, so just going to check my pedals to make sure they are all the right ones. If not, then yep. So that's the right one there. That's the right one for there. This is the wrong one. Okay, so I'm missing one pedal, which is, I don't know, it's a French car. Which way around is this? That's the accelerator. Yeah, so we're missing accelerator pedal. So next time I find a truck, we got to find a pedal. Right, door cards. We have door card. We have door card. We have door card. And we have door card. So we're good there. I have the visors, seatbelt anchor points. We have seatbelt anchor points. We have a radio, a dashboard, and a glove lid. Yep. We have a radio, and we have a dashboard. Yes. Seatbelt latches. We have seatbelt latches. We're okay. And wheels. No, the anchors are there. So I believe we are missing. So we've got 4 parts missing. So one of them is this front turn signal. So we're missing a turn signal, a gas pedal, a window, and one other item. Why does this mirror look different? Oh no, there's no gas cap for this one. This one doesn't have floor mats. This car does not have them. So we're missing a window, pedal, that's 2. What the fuck else am I missing? Seriously. Right, let me just write down what I'm missing, because if not, I'm going to get really, really pissed off with myself. Right, so, side, window, gas, pedal, light in the back. Pretty sure I have those. So we do have one in here. And that one there. Obviously have an ignition, because if we didn't have an ignition we wouldn't be going anywhere. Oh, side indicator. It's a mystery. My engine has a turbo in it. Huh. Right, so engine, radiator and battery. Have I got the wrong battery in here? No, right battery, right engine, right radiator. Windshield, definitely got a windshield. 2 mirrors, definitely have 2 mirrors. 2 side ones, we've got 1 side one. So I've got, yeah, side window, gas pedal and side, yeah, fine. Yeah, right door grill, front bumper, that's fine. Rear bumper, I have a right rear bumper. So where's the ignition? It is a curious question. Where's the ignition? Yeah, I got a radio. Very, very odd. Okay, so we got steering wheel, we got the right steering wheel, we got left and right visors, got a radio, got a glove box, got the seatbelt anchors, got 4 wheels, left headlight, red headlight, left headlight, right headlight, sorry. Right, so detach that one's right. They're right. I can only find 3 more things that I've got. Did you have a handbrake? Yeah, handbrake. The handbrake's the official one. Well, I mean, The only thing I can really do is try and find another one of these cars and match up a few more parts. But I don't know what else it could be. It's really strange. Oh, so look for diesel. Oh, there, I've got the bench seat in the back. Could even be a tyre. No, all my tyres are right. I know that much. You know what's going to kick my ass is a lot, though, isn't it? Fucker. There it is. Absolute bugger. What are the chances? Right, so I did the side window and I've done the side indicator. The gas pedal. Good find, yeah. Now we just got to find a pedal. There's nothing left in the car. So now let's have a look. There's 13 parts left on this car. Right. Pull the handbrake. What's left on this car? Wow, okay. There's 4 things left on it. Technically 3, because obviously bits don't always stay on there. See that? Chances are that I've probably already got one, but yeah, I think that's it. So I already have the ignition. I just didn't know where it was. What else is left on this car? 3 of 6. Guarantee it's the visors or the lights. That's fair. Right, I need food and drink, so we'll fill up here. Really? There's a bug that makes it require the data fuel lid for the achievement. That sucks balls. Where are you reading that? Because I'm sitting there on I'm on the same page. Ah, okay. There's an existing bug that requires the data. Oh, that's a bugger. That's bloody stupid. Fuck it. Absolute sprogheads. Right. Okay. So let's just hope there's a dad around the corner. Oh. There's 2 of the little buggers. Right. Taking this. It's mine. Where'd you put it? Right? I've got one. Where do... It can be mounted from the inside or outside of the C18. What? Right. If this goes in the same place. But oh my god, no. Right, that just says release. Okay. Doesn't say fit. Above passenger side rear wheel. This is driver side. That's bloody stupid. So what was the last thing? We need a gas pedal. Has to be a gas pedal around here somewhere. I mean, talk about like absolute smegging idiocracy. Right, I need a gas pedal for this car now. And there isn't one here. I'm thinking the roof, maybe. We'll just have to look in here. That's a rear light. That's a radio. I'm not seeing gas pedals. I'm seeing flags though. Look. We got the French flag. So the reason why I wouldn't mind, this is a really good body to start with, right? This is a cool truck. Man, it's gonna suck. Right, I think we've got to carry on then. So all I need now is a gas pedal. That's it. How much fuel have I got left? 26 litres. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. The next stop has this car and it has the gas pedal. Next stop. Next stop, guys. Come on. We gotta will it into existence. Will it into existence. It's going to be at the next stop. It's going to be there. Don't stop at radio towers. Radio towers don't often have a lot of things that you're looking for. Not a problem, Steve. Have a good evening, buddy. Have a great rest of your weekend, man. And see you in another stream and in another time. I'm Terry Tibbs, and I'm saying good night to you all. Have a good night's sleepies. Oh, we're lagging like a motherfucker. Right, okay, the next stop's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Right, there's been a lot of duplicate loading up ahead. Or just a lot of stuff. So I reckon motel. If it's a motel, it's going to be awesome. Cross my fingers that we see a van and it literally, all I care about is just a bloody tyre. That's all I care about. Okay, it's not a motel. Damn it. Alright. Next stop we'll have a van. And we'll have a van and it will have the gas pedal we need, and then we can call it a day on the C18. Yeah, it's the transition sky between night and day. It's a little bit wopey. It's like, oh, is it gonna load? Is it gonna load? No, don't know. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, and then it goes funny fluorescent colours. It's a bit strange. I should have picked up all those tyres from the other place just in case. I'm on like, I'm on hopes and dreams right now. Pray for me. It's a truck. On the plus side, I will say, if we find the pedal and this car just goes kaput and there's no more tyres, we can even put on just whatever we want tyre-wise and try and find another car, or start again and, you know, go from there. We're about to hit 1,000 kilometers. We're at 9,998. We're at 998, sorry, not 9,000. It's over 9,000. We're gonna celebrate this one. .50. Will we get lucky? No, we won't. That's a that's a truck. Right, guys, 999 kilometers, 0.99. 1,000 kilometers. There we go. I'm at Euro 1,600. I gotta be honest, I'd be much further down the road if I didn't restart like 3 times. There we go, 1,000 kilometers. It's like a stupidly long road trip. And I don't know how long my wheels are going to last, so I might look into getting yep. I'm hoping this next stop either has the van or just a set of wheels randomly laying around. Because tyres, all I have to do is just get to the set and the garage stops and we're fine. But I don't know how long these have got left. Which makes it far, far worse than it will be. That's a trailer. Alright. Let's do a quick run. Pick up some food and drink because we can get it from here. Okay, what we got left in life of our wheels? A little worn. Okay, we're doing okay. We've got no more tyres left. That's handy. I'm hoping next stop double garage. I can cross my fingers and hope. Yep, maybe. Don't know. Looks like a motel. Could be the last stop. Nope. But honestly, do need to find some tyres. So any old wheels will do right now. Diesel, 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 diesel. Diesel accomplished. Right, wheels. Honestly, it's a tyre. Right, we've got a wheel there. We've got a wheel there. If mine go bang, at least I've got spares. Right. That's all I'm doing this for. What the fudge is that? Oh, okay, it's over here. Okay. Oh yeah, could you imagine that? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna. I've got to fill up my fuel by undoing the petrol cap on the other side of the car. God, that's just terrible. Right. For now, I know it's dodgy, but it's just in case. I'm hoping we find a double garage. If we find a double garage, chances are we'll find a set of wheels. But I don't. You never know when they're going to spawn, so you just got to cross your fingers at this point and just go, well, it might happen, maybe. We'll see. Well, you never know. This stop could be, there could be a van here, and it could have the part I need and a spare set of wheels. It's got nothing there. Something's loading. It's not. It doesn't feel big, but it feels like it's stressing a little bit. It's probably loading my demise. Let's just hope. Maybe. It feels like a garage load, but I could be wrong. That's a motel, damn it. Like I said, I'm just looking for a random set of wheels just to keep me going for a bit. Worst comes to worst. This car runs on whatever I put on it. Oh, there's 3 of those. Actually, that's even better. We've got 3 wheels roughly the same size. That's good. Right, so that one can come off. And we'll take this one. You know, I kind of wish I had a trailer now, because this Volkswagen looks fairly complete. Bloody hell, it's got a battery engine. It's got everything. That's not even fair. $29 of 57 parts. There's a radiator for it. What a good starting car. Actually, there's the gear stick. Oh, there. Handbrake. All gear stick. What a good start for a Golf. $37 of 55 parts, right there. That's so annoying. Right. I have a plan. So if my tires pop, right, I have wheels. It's not a full set, but it'll get me to wherever I need to be. Genuinely just sort of hoping that we see one of those double garages pop up, and it's like there's always wheels there for every car. Well, there we are, 1,000 kilometers, and we're still on this car. I mean, we haven't been doing this car for 1,000 kilometers, but I thought I would have finished it by now. Chasing daylight, it's gonna get dark. Well, that's a campsite stop. That's not what we're looking for. Hold on, it's lagging. Okay, so we got a big stop ahead of us. I think this may be my last stop of the night. So we'll get to whatever's in front of us. If it's a big stop, cross my fingers, this might be the last one, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. That's a bus. That's a bus. And that's a Golf. Get some food and drink first. Oh. Let's just have a hope, shall we? No. Well, as that's a Golf, I'm going to take its wheel. If it had one. That's really annoying. Oh, that looks like it looks like a wheel that we could use just in case. We got 4 actually. We'll be fine. Well, on that note, guys, all we're going to be looking for in the next stream is a gas pedal for this car. So that's okay. I'm going to save it up now and we'll be all right. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you have, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates. I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do. I'm going to be putting out a couple of videos next week, just on like little things I'm covering during my live streams and everything else. And, you know, kind of like little continuation videos just to kind of keep things rolling and so on and so forth. So have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week ahead of you. And hopefully see you all back in another stream at some point in the not so distant future. Until then, I'm going to say peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. And have a great rest of your time. Bye-bye for now.